All right, awesome. We are in business now. So welcome everybody to our Weight Loss Weekend webinar. My name is Liz Bellini, and I'm going to be your host for the next 25 minutes. And I'm going to be presenting you some information that I've compiled together. I'm also co-hosting this with 4 other girls who are on my team, and they are also fitness coaches, and perhaps maybe one of them has invited you to this webinar as well. So the great thing is that I love working with my coaches on my team. I love that we are able to reach just more people together as a team, and it's been a great pleasure for me working with them and all the people that they've brought to this webinar in the previous weekends. So here's the agenda for today's webinar. I'm going to be giving 9 tips on how to lose weight this weekend and any future weekends you guys have. I'm going to be introducing the Netflix of workouts. This is something that is specifically congruent to our team and my team of health and fitness coaches. So I want to make sure that you guys get all the information that you can on all the different options available. I'm going to give you some information on how to join our next fitness challenge group if you're interested in that. I'm going to be sharing some testimonies from others on our team who have had success with this particular opportunity. And as always, you don't have to wait for a Q&A at the end. I will ask if anybody has any questions at the end, but please feel free to comment while I'm doing this, and I have my chat feature open and I can see the questions coming in and I can answer it right then and there if that is the case. Hi, Renee. Thank you for introducing yourself all the way from Buffalo, New York. Awesome. She's eager to see some of these tips going down right now. So let's get started, and I'll give you the first tip that I have for you. This one is, it can be kind of a touchy subject, especially on the weekends, because I know that we love to unwind on the weekends. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that today is National Drink Wine All Day Long Day. But my sister tagged me in that post on Facebook, and I just thought it was funny. But yeah, I mean, cutting out the alcohol, I know that we love our wine, I know that we love our cocktails, and I know it's a great way for us to, de-stress and things like that. I'm not saying that alcohol is a bad thing, but when you're trying to lose weight, it might be something that you need to limit or at least eliminate for a certain amount of time so that you can allow your body to do the things it needs to do in order to drop the weight. And alcohol can definitely be one of those things that can hold on to weight. So one of my tips is decide right now that you will commit to no alcohol consumption this week or maybe in the coming weekends. It's one weekend. Like if you just want to try it out, like literally, like the thought of giving up alcohol every weekend can be overwhelming. I understand. But just for one weekend, just try it and see how your body responds to it. Alcohol, while it brings the fun, sometimes can also have the ability to cloud your judgment and making good decisions, making good food choices, and not to mention life decisions, but it clouds our vision on making those smart, healthy food choices for sure. Not to mention, alcohol brings on those, added calories that are sometimes empty calories, all the things we don't need when we are trying to have a weight loss weekend for sure. So you can do this. You can opt for a flavorful, sexy water tonic that I have pictured here instead of using, and then you can use frozen grapes, lemon, lime slices, raspberries, mint leaves. It actually is pretty tasty and it'll keep you hydrated and feeling revitalized. So the second tip I have is being responsible for getting at least 3 days of long, steady state cardio for at least 60 to 90 minutes this weekend. So at least all 3 days this weekend. Maybe you have a long weekend because Monday is President's Day. So maybe you're not behind the curve, but at least Saturday, Sunday, maybe even Monday if you're off, trying to get in steady state cardio for at least 60 to 90 minutes. And what steady state cardio is maybe a run or a jog. Even power walking is considered a steady state cardio. Anything on an elliptical or treadmill works too. Pick one of these and do it. And just get the blood flow going. It's great for cardiovascular, and it's good for just getting waking up the muscles and getting your body in the movement of working out. So I'm in Ohio and we're having unusually warm weather right now. So today is a great day to get outside and do, some walking, maybe take the dogs out or something like that. So just being responsible for getting at least 2 to 3 days of that steady state cardio in. My next tip is to get more sleep. I know everybody's like, yeah, right. Show me how to get more sleep. But you definitely have my permission to get more sleep, at least over this weekend, at least an extra hour each day, whether that is with a nap or whether you're sleeping in or maybe you're going to bed early. Just get it in. Sleep plays a huge role in us losing weight. And if you can fit in those extra hours over the weekend, don't feel bad about it because you're doing yourself a lot of good. My next tip is about nutrition. So this kind of falls in a category of when to eat. Okay. So getting a late start and having an early finish is really the name of this game. Meaning that your first meal should be around, let's say 11 a.m. And I know that sounds really late and you guys are probably thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to starve, but you can do it. Drink water all morning and it really helps curb your appetite. And then your last meal will be no later than 7 p.m. The goal here really is to eat within an 8-hour window. So if you get a late start, then you can have an early finish. And that way it will help your body digest all the foods that it has eaten during that day. And then your body really does all the work in that fasted state. So all those calories can burn effectively. All the fat can be burned effectively. It's when you have a really short window of eating. So say, you eat late, like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and then you wake up the next morning and you're just hungry, famished, and you want to eat like at 7 or 8 in the morning, your body didn't have time to digest. So you're not allowing it to have the process of proper digestion, which includes effective fat and calorie burning. Okay. There's a little bit of science for you. So try that out this weekend. Try it throughout the week if you can, and just see how your body feels. I guarantee you when I started adding this in, I really started to see some changes in my body. So the next tip has to do with fitness, and this is a type of fitness routine that is highly effective in burning calories for long periods of time. So this is called HIIT training, HIIT. It stands for high intense interval training. And you can add at least one of these or two of these throughout the weekend. Maybe one day do steady state cardio, one day toss in a HIIT routine. But basically what a HIIT routine is it's a compilation of workouts that you do for a really short period of time for as hard as you can go, and then you get a break, and then you go through the workout routine again. And you can go through that 2 times, you can go through that 3 times. But if you want to, go ahead and take a picture of this, take a screenshot of this, and do this. Basically, it's a 7-minute HIIT workout that you do twice. So the total of your workout would be about, 15, 20 minutes, depending on, how long your rests in between each exercise you do. It says recommended of 30 seconds of 30 seconds, so say you're going to do 30 seconds of jumping jacks as hard as you can for 30 seconds. And then you're going to rest for 10 seconds. And then you're going to go on to wall sits. You're going to do wall sits for 30 seconds. Then you're going to rest for 10 seconds. And then 30 seconds, you're going to do push-ups for 30 seconds. And then just kind of follow suit with all those workout moves. And for a total of 7 minutes. It'll add up to 7 minutes, and then you can go through that again. You can even go through it 3 times if you want, but that is an example of a really great HIIT workout that you could toss in a couple of times over the weekend. And the great thing about HIIT training is that you burn calories long after you are done working out. It gets the heart rate up in a way that you burn calories even after you're done working out, which is a really great perk. The next tip I have is no dining out, no restaurants, dine in, make your own healthy food, save a buck or 2. All right. Be nice to your checkbook and your waistline this weekend and dine in. That is an amazing tip. It's easy to do. It's easy not to do, but if you can do it, you're going to notice a great impact both in your waistline and I guarantee in your checkbook. All right. The next tip that I have is BYOF, okay? So typically on the weekend you hear BYOB, but this one you're gonna be BYOF, which is bring your own food. You know, if you feel like you're gonna be in a compromising situation where you won't be able to make good food choices, you know, maybe you're going to a party or a get together or something, plan ahead and bring your own food or snacks, or maybe bring a healthy side dish and you just indulge in that the whole time. People will probably look at you funny or maybe make comments. Sure, people do that, you know, but we can't control that. And those people's goals are not our goals. Okay. So, it doesn't really matter what they think. You have goals and you want to reach them. So one of the things you can do to help you stay on track to avoid temptation is to bring your own food. I just did it last night because I am currently on a 21-day detox. Today's day 20. I'm super excited. But last night our friends invited us over to have dinner with them. They were cooking, and this guy is a chef, okay? He's an amazing chef, so he makes amazing food. We've eaten over there several times, but I'm committed to my 21-day detox, and I had a specific dinner that I was, you know, supposed to have last night. So I made my own dinner. I packed it up. They knew I was doing my detox. They respected it. I ate my food, they ate theirs, and we had a great time. We ended up playing Jenga and Uno, and it was quite funny. But all in all, we had fun. So the next nutrition tip that I have is consume at least 1 cup of raw veggies before your lunch or dinner meal. Okay, so that can be anything like you know, a cup of baby carrots, or maybe some broccoli, or maybe celery. Studies show that people who eat 1 cup of raw veggies before their meals definitely fill up faster, and that's because veggies are whole foods. Okay, they have substance, all right, and they have nutrients that can be absorbed into our body that help us feel full longer and sooner. Okay, so that way we avoid overeating. Okay, Renee, I see you had a question. What are push-up rotations? Okay, so going back to the hip, the HIIT training. Okay, so I think like with push-up rotations, I think basically that is just a form of a push-up that can either be like a tricep dip, and the hands like rotate out and then come in. If it sounds kind of complicated, I would just go do push-ups again, or maybe replace that with something that is an up-down push-up plank, where you're kind of in a plank, and then you go down to your elbows, and then you come back up to your hands, and you go down to your elbows and go up to your hands. Another thing that a rotation might mean is if you do a push-up, and then maybe you rotate outwards and kind of do like a side plank where you hold your arm up. This is funny that I'm trying to show you while I'm on this webinar, but it can mean a couple of things. Basically, the base is a push-up, and then you can kind of rotate out, maybe do a side plank, or you can just do those up-down plank push-ups. That's a really great way of doing it. Oh, I see the next workout is a side plank. So that might be what it means. So if you do a push-up into a side plank, that might be what a push-up rotation is. I hope that cleared that up. Okay, where was I at? Jessica says HIIT in addition to 60. Yeah. So doing a HIIT in addition to the 60 to 90-minute cardio, I wouldn't do it on the same day. Maybe on Friday do steady state cardio, and then maybe Saturday do a HIIT, or vice versa. But yeah, no, definitely I wouldn't do it on the same day because that's a lot. So alternate them for sure. Okay, so we left off at having 1 cup of raw veggies a day, before a lunch and dinner meal. So 1 cup of raw veggies before either your lunch and or dinner. And the last tip I have is to get an accountability buddy, or accountability buddy is what I have written here. It is so nice to know that you're not alone. Okay, trust me, I've been on this journey for a long time. And when I first started, I thought, you know, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to work out, and I can do this on my own. I don't need anybody's help. I don't need, you know, a partner. I don't need, you know, a group or, you know, whatever. And it worked for about a couple of months. But then I started to fall off track. You know, life starts to happen, and I have nobody to stay accountable to, nobody to push me. I'm really my own accountability partner. And let me tell you, we will be the first ones to let ourselves down. Okay. But as humans, we really don't like to let other people down, which is the great thing about having accountability partners, because we will let ourselves down before we let somebody else down. So when we have an accountability partner, we are less apt to give up or to fall off, because we don't want to disappoint the other person. We want to show up for the other person. So having that accountability, having that structure, having that support is definitely something that I highly, highly, highly recommend, one way or another, whether it's a friend, whether it's a group that you know of. Get on board with that and stay accountable to it. So those are my 9 tips that I have for you guys. I want to share with you some proven results that I've had with some of the people that I've worked with personally on our team, and just share those with you for some inspiration and motivation. So this is a group of ladies and a guy on my team who have done all the programs that we offer. And I have no idea why these red things are showing up on the screen, but it's kind of funny. But anyway, this first picture is Mandy. This is Mandy's 60-day transformation. She committed to a program that was 25 minutes a day right after she had her son Jacob. So this was not long after she gave birth to her son Jacob, and in 60 days had this amazing transformation story. This guy in the middle is Josh. Josh is one of the Lone Ranger men on our team, but he's really awesome because he's just so supportive in every single way. And he had a great transformation with a program called was it Insanity and P90X3? So he used those 2 programs to really lean out. Josh is a former athlete that had a knee injury, so he was not able to do such intense workouts. I know Insanity is a really intense workout, but he had to modify it. And even with the modifications, he was able to have some really great results. And then Amber on the far right-hand side, she doesn't even look like the same person, but she has done an amazing job with her health and fitness, has overcome a ton of things in her life that could totally have held her back from reaching her goals. She's a single mom, and she used the program 21 Day Fix, and obviously those are not the results that she got in 21 days. She did the 21-day program several times to get those results. So it was an ongoing lifestyle for her, and it's working very well for her. She's achieved some amazing results and is in the best shape of her life. Okay, so Jessica has a question. Would you recommend starting the 3-day fiber flush and implementing these tips? What is your advice regarding motivation? Are you talking about the 3-day refresh? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, you can totally implement these tips while doing the 3-day refresh for sure, if that's what you're talking about. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. But as far as motivation goes, what's my advice regarding motivation? Honestly, motivation doesn't come from another person. Motivation comes from within yourself. And you can only motivate yourself. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I know that might not be the answer that most of you want to hear, but truly and honestly, yes, it's great to have support and motivation from other people. It's great to have gym partners, but the truth is you cannot rely on somebody else for your results. You cannot rely on a friend to always meet you at the gym. You cannot always rely on somebody else to show up for you in order to give you that motivation. You have to find the motivation inside you to be motivated to reach the goals for your reasons. And I would suggest digging deep, maybe pulling out a piece of paper and writing down all the reasons why you need to make this work for you. Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to feel better? Why do you want to adopt this sort of lifestyle? And then ask yourself, if I don't do this, what is my life going to be like? And let that be your motivation. Because I can tell you right now, if I made a list of all the reasons why I wanted to live healthy, and then on the other half of the page, I wrote down what would happen if I didn't do these things, it scares the living crap out of me. I'll tell you that much. because I don't want to live any other way. And that's my motivation. That's what gets me up every morning, because if I don't get up and do the things that are needed to be done in order to reach my goals, then I slip, and the quality of life that I want starts to go away. And that's not okay for me, because I have children, I have a husband, I have a life to live, and we're only given this one life. So we have to make the most of it. That's my motivation. Seriously, that's what gets me up every morning, keeps me working out, keeps me staying on track with my nutrition to the best of my ability. And really, that's my motivation. So, and I've done that through the process of really just writing it down and really getting real with myself. So I hope that helps. Let's see here. And my lovely red lines. I have no idea. I'm sorry, you guys. But this is my friend Bree. Bree, these are her 21-day results. She was able to, slim down in 21 days with the 21-day fix program. It's one of the amazing packages that we have that are available through our team. And it comes with everything, fitness, nutrition, the support and accountability. I love that it even has a great Fixate cookbook. So, I know a lot of people, I know we're moms, I know we're busy, I know making meals can be a challenge, but it's great when you have some sort of guideline. And this book is great. I use several of the recipes out of here, and my kids love them. They even have desserts in here. My kids love the cookies, the oatmeal cookies, chocolate chip cookies. I think I'm going to make those for next week, because now I'll be done with my detox and I can have those things. So they're really, really good. They even have a double chocolate chip. Okay, I'm going to stop talking because I'm getting hungry. But it's a really great tool to have in our background. So this one is, again, sorry for the red lines. I have no idea how the heck that's happened. But this is a Core de Force program. It's like an MMA program that we have. These are results. I did this, it was a 30-day program. I did it with these three ladies, and we're all in different states. Okay. So it's not like we all got in a room together every day at the same time and did the workouts together. No, Jennifer here on the left is from Louisiana. I'm obviously in Ohio, and my friend on the far left, right, you're right, left, whatever. She's flexing. That's Heather. She's in California. Okay. So we all have our own workouts through, whether we're connecting through those workouts with our online, platform or the DVDs, but we all follow the same schedule, and we were able to, get some really great results. And it was just awesome to have that accountability. We stay accountable in a smartphone app that is free and that you can get on your phone, that I invite people to who are wanting that support and accountability. And that's how we did it. And it was just a really great little group that we had going, and it was nice to have the support. And we still stay connected daily in our challenge tracker app on our phone. We're all doing different programs now. Like I'm doing my 21-day detox, and Heather and Jennifer are doing something else, but we're always continuously working on our fitness some way, shape, or form. So yeah. One thing I know, I have a lot of people that ask me about Shakeology. People hear about, protein shakes and supplements that you need to add to your diet to, get X, Y, Z. All I can do is share with you guys what works for me, that has worked for me for the past 6 years. And Shakeology has been a huge staple in my nutrition plan for the last 6 years. It's a meal replacement. It's more than just protein. It has so many superfood nutrient ingredients. They're all listed right here that I will not bore you with, but I can tell you that they're amazing. Typically, even if we eat the most healthy that we can, we cannot be sure that all of our food in the grocery stores has all the nutrients that we need. We just have to look at the FDA for that, kind of reassurance, because we know that our foods have things in them that, even though they might seem healthy, are deficient of the nutrients that our body needs in order to function properly. And when I say function properly, I mean healthy digestion, the absorption of nutrients, the ability to burn calories effectively, the ability to burn fat effectively. That's what Shakeology has in it that allows our bodies to really take advantage of, because we're supplementing with Shakeology that we're not able to get from other outside sources of food. And that has proven to be an amazing staple in not just my nutrition, but the thousands of women that I've helped over the last 6 years that I've been an online health and fitness coach. So it comes in a variety of flavors, tropical strawberry, chocolate vegan. The white ones are the vegan options. The black ones are just the regular chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, greenberry. And the only one not pictured is the cafe latte, which is my favorite. I love cafe latte. If you are a Starbucks freak and you like the cafe mocha chillers or frappe whatevers, it's just like that. And I'm not even exaggerating. It tastes just like that, only half the calories and half the fat, and it's totally good for you. So I digress on that. But I wanted to introduce to you guys the Netflix of workouts, which is exactly what our event page is totally embodying. So basically, no, it's not Netflix workouts. There are no Beachbody workouts on Netflix. There was some confusion there. I just call our Beachbody On Demand platform the Netflix of workouts, because it literally is like you pull it up on your TV screen, and you can download the Beachbody On Demand app, and you know, when you purchase it, it's literally a plethora of workouts that Beachbody has created, and you can all different types for different bodies, for different fitness levels, whether it's yoga or extreme cardio or heavy weightlifting or yoga. It's all there, and you just pick and choose. There are workouts ranging from 10 minutes long to an hour and a half long, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you want. It's the sky's the limit. And it's something that we're offering through coaches. It's called Beachbody On Demand. We're calling it the Netflix of workouts. There's an all access option where you can, it's like a gym membership. And it's so much more cost effective, in my opinion, because you can get access to Beachbody On Demand for an entire year. It comes with nutrition support with the 21-day fixed portion containers that you can see right here. It comes with 30 days of Shakeology. It comes with a year-long membership to being connected with a coach, being in the private online challenge tracker app that you can connect with on your smartphones. That's totally free. Really, you're just responsible for getting the tools, which is, you know, your workouts with Beachbody On Demand, you know, taking control of your nutrition with the support of the portion fix containers, and then of course, getting to try that Shakeology and see how it fits into your life, how your body responds to it. So that is something that is available through the month of February at an amazing discounted rate. And you have it for the entire year. So it's just something that we're offering. And again, the Fixate Cookbook, I just threw that slide in there because we're talking about portion fix, and all the containers are kind of mapped out within this book. So each recipe maps out how many containers of each are in there. So it makes it really easy to know, you know, how much of what you're able to have. It's so super helpful. It's just a no-brainer. I wanted to share this video with you. It is like literally 1 minute long, and it's super motivating. It kind of embodies what we're, you know, looking at in 2017. Here's, I guess, a dose of motivation for you guys. And we can end with this. So give me a minute and I will play this. You guys should be able to hear it okay.
The hardest part about starting something new is starting. Is 2017 going to be the year of easy? The year of almost?
I'll start tomorrow.
But tomorrow's been the last 5 years.
What if the only thing stopping me is me?
What if the only thing standing in my way is the voice inside my head that says I can't, that says I don't deserve it?
I do deserve it, and I am worth it.
There is zero shame in wanting to be better.
So the first thing I'm going to do is accept that I have everything I need to start making a positive change.
Then I'm going to start, and start small, because I don't have to do it all.
The important thing is just get going.
And never quit.
Because my when is now. My somewhere is here.
Where am I at? There we go. So yeah, so it was a quick little 1-minute dose of motivation for your Saturday. I can relate so much to that video, so I love it. And I was so glad that Beachbody made it because it really has so many of the solutions that, we need to reach our goals. It has fitness, has nutrition, it has support. It embodies everything, and I'm so glad to share that with you guys. Again, apologizing for the red marks on my screen. I have no idea. But literally to close out this webinar, in the next 24 hours, the person who invited you will follow up with you and really just kind of check in on with you and just ask you, what did you like most about this presentation? Does On Demand feel like it's a fit that can help you achieve your goals, in addition to the amazing tips that I shared with you that can literally be applied whether or not you're adopting a structured fitness routine with something like Beachbody or not, and of course, which option appeals to you? Maybe a singular program does, or maybe Beachbody On Demand does. I don't know. The only thing is, regardless of what you do, whether it's with us or not, just having a plan and a structure and having all the facets of what comes together when somebody is successful. And those things are having fitness, having nutrition, and having support. That is what equals success, you guys. Trust me on this. I've tried to do it minus the accountability. I try to do it minus the nutrition. I tried to put these things together, but the equation doesn't work unless all three are working together. I promise you that. So some things to think about, what can becoming a challenger with us and our team be and do for you? How will this help you? And really going back to what I suggested about motivation, asking yourself, what are your goals? What are your dreams? Taking out a piece of paper, writing down what it is that you want, why you want it. And on the other half of the page, what happens if you don't do something to reach those? What happens? How is that going to make you feel? How is that going to impact your life? And let that be your motivation. So that's really all I have for you guys. If you have any questions, and my beautiful red drawings, I'm happy to answer those right now. Or if you feel like you want to send me a private message, or maybe send the coach who invited you a private message, then please feel free to do that. Other than that, we are in the third week, almost going into the fourth week of February. 2017 is seriously flying by. I can't even believe it. But summer is going to be here before you know it. And I know that has to be some motivation for some of you. So maybe this is for you, maybe it's not, but either way, I hope you take away the 9 tips that I gave you in the beginning of this webinar and use those to at least get started. I'm happy to chat with anybody who has questions about the offer that is on the table as far as Beachbody On Demand and private coaching and being in one of our groups. So feel free to reach out to me the best way that we are connected, whether that's email, Facebook, or even on the event page. So in closing, I thank you guys so much for spending your Saturday morning with me. And I hope to hear from some of you soon and maybe have you guys in one of our accountability groups. So we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining. Truly appreciate it.